The San Francisco 49ers come away with a victory on primetime Sunday Night Football. They're able to beat the Chargers at home. It was a little sketchy to start. The 49ers offense really wasn't in rhythm. They weren't able to gel early, and it just felt a little dysfunctional, and they weren't really being able to break away any chunk yards. It felt like a lot of self-inflicted wounds. In fact, Jimmy Garoppolo said after the game, when they went into half, that was the main point of emphasis for the offense as a whole, to go into the half, correct the mistakes that they keep making, because when we talk about this team, we talk about them beating themselves, and clearly that was on display early. They were able to take care of that, come out in the second half from an offensive standpoint, and take care of business. You had touchdowns from Christian McCaffrey rushing, as well as Jimmy Garoppolo. Brandon Ayuk dropped a touchdown, but he was able to redeem himself. He made a big-time catch and run that set up Christian McCaffrey touchdown. So far, the offense still not working at like 100% efficiency, but it was enough to get the job done against an injured Chargers team. You had to have this one, and the 49ers do a good job to get it out. Again, defense deserves a ton of credit for this win, pitching a shutout in the second half, really doing a good job of making sure Austin Eckler didn't beat them, did a good job. I mean, they gave up that early touchdown to Justin Herbert on the opening drive based on like a blown coverage, put Talanoa Hufanga in a bad spot, but guess who came back to make the game-sealing interception? Talanoa Hufanga. You had great play from the defensive line, who were missing a ton of guys. They're missing 3 of their 4 starters, and you were able to get a sack from Nick Bosa, Charles Omenihu, and Jordan Willis in his first game back played great. And back to the offense, talking about guys who are back. Of course, Deebo Samuel was back, but the guy who shined, I think, the most from at least a production standpoint, Elijah Mitchell, 89 yards rushing in his first game since Chicago week 1. Had a more productive game on the ground, more so than Christian McCaffrey, more so than Deebo Samuel. And he really did a good job of continuing to move the chains. So you got to give a special shout out to Jauan Jennings. Jauan Jennings did a great job of converting on multiple instances. On third downs, he snatched and just cooked a Chargers defender's ankles. Did a really good job. No interceptions from Jimmy Garoppolo on the day, no touchdowns either. But for the most part, pretty clean day. Offensive line had its ups and downs, but for the most part, pretty clean day. When you look at the entire body of work, again, the 49ers still have a lot of things to correct. They aren't done. They're not out of the weeds yet. They beat a pretty decent team in the Chargers. They're going to go to Mexico City next week to face Arizona. Arizona's having their own laundry list of problems. But the 49ers still can improve and get better, and I think that's what makes this team just interesting, because they're able to win in this type of way, but what are they going to look like when everything's working and they play from the first whistle to the last whistle as efficiently and effectively as possible? At that point, the 49ers could be dangerous. Right now, little stale in the first half. They were able to get it together offensively in the second half. We'll wait to see that full 60-minute game, but overall, really happy with this victory. The 49ers needed it coming out of the bye, got some players back. They got some work to do still, but big-time win on primetime Sunday Night Football. Who was the best player of the game? Drop it in the comments. Let me know. Give me the offensive and defensive player of the game. Then like, subscribe, hit that noti bell, and we'll be doing a live later tonight. Make sure you stay tuned. Appreciate you guys as always.